We gonna do the transition now?
Go ahead.
I wanted to get into Gilbert Arenas because of what he did, and the big back connection was Saucy Santana.
Oh.
That was the big. But then also what next we're gonna talk about. But let's stay on this first.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's very important for me to say this, man. As somebody who is a connoisseur of podcasts, someone who enjoys and watches what's going on, Gilbert, I see what you're doing. And you are stealing the Joe Budden motto, bar for fucking bar.
Ooh.
It's there. It's fairly evident. Like, I think a lot of people haven't really done the science on Gilbert and Joe Budden, but I've been doing the science. These two guys, if you go back to their careers when it comes to basketball and rap, they're almost the same guy. Like, Gilbert Arenas was multi-all-star guy.
Mm-hmm.
One of his best seasons was in 2006. That was my freshman year. It was 2006. Joe Budden was known high school.
Old as fuck. Like, ew. 2006?
Yeah, it was my freshman year of high school, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I graduated 2010.
Oh, my God. Go ahead. This nigga
2 years,
old.
2 years after me.
It's literally my first year of high school was 2009. Go ahead.
Nobody cares about this part. So, Gilbert Arenas, 2006 season, and Joe Budden, Pump It Up, is essentially the equivalent of the two. Like, Joe Budden had a smash hit that goes around, remember for years, and in that same season, Gilbert Arenas gave 60 to Kobe. So, like, it's like these guys are respected.
Kobe is impressive.
These guys are respected by their peers in the same manner. And they kind of did the same thing. Like, once Joe was done with rap, he went heavy into the podcasting. Once he was done with basketball, after doing some baby mama drama and stuff like that, which they also have in common, they are both known snipers. Like, these guys I believe they're Eskimo brothers. Straight up. I can't put.
They probably are.
I haven't found the connection just yet, but I'm doing the science. I'm gonna find out who they're connected.
The same girls.
I'm pretty sure. So Gilbert Arenas, I feel like y'all two are also Eskimo brothers. When it came to the media space, they took advantage of the same ploy, which was former basketball player, former rapper, disses this person. Mm-hmm. And that's where they kind of hijacked the algorithm the same way. They were both on Complex. When Everyday Struggle happened, Gilbert Arenas came in with his show with Mila Khalifa. And Joe even talked about how that kind of pissed him off because they're similar.
The porn star?
Yes.
What was he doing with her?
They wanted to. Remember when we was talking about him and Miko Grimes?
Yeah. That
was the show that he had promised to try to do with Miko first. But they ended up putting Mila Khalifa on there instead because she was a bigger name around that time.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Like I said, they both was on Complex. He didn't have the same kind of eruption that, Joe did with Complex. But even now with the whole podcast scene, he's even taken another decision from Joe. He's done another one of Joe's moves. The I'm bisexual move. He did. So goes back to Saucy Santana now. He said Saucy Santana twerking was better than Megan's. No lie. He said that.
Saucy Santana, that should be moving.
Oh, come on.
It do be. Like, he be throwing that shit. Like, first of all, I think he got a BBL, but he be throwing that man booty. And it be moving. That shit is heavy. Period. I don't disagree. I do disagree that it's not better. Because her butt move like water. Like, it's natural. So, naturally, it's better. But, so that should be moving. And I feel like, when I saw that, I feel like if you're secure within your sexuality, you can make a joke like that.
Oh, no. I feel like, to me, I don't think this humor is bad humor. Like, I think a lot of straight black guys, they react to this humor, and that's what Joe and Gilbert are both hijacking. Just that reaction of, this guy who people watch, he's a straight black guy, just said something slightly gay, and now that's going to make the algorithm go crazy.
Do you think Gilbert watches Joe Budden podcast?
Oh, for sure. I believe he takes notes. Because it's the pattern is like literally after Joe does something, a few years later Gilbert will do it in his sports way.
Speaking of Joe Budden podcast, Flip, you're a bitch. Continue.
Smoke at your bitch ass. But he also fired co-hosts like slick, like how Joe did. Like Gilbert used to do his first podcast with this white guy, and that was like the main dude who was always with him. And then the next thing you know, he was gone, and he put Isaiah there, and that's all. Isaiah been with them for years now. But I remember the white boy Gilbert. I remember him. And Gilbert, y'all doing so bad out there. They out here stealing other people's jokes. So let me see if you are familiar with this.
They got special ed, right? I'm just saying, you know them special ed?
Yeah.
Right? You know the job of special ed teachers? To make them fit into society.
Yeah.
Right? Now the problem is when they look normal and then they go out and have regular family lives, you can't tell who.
No, let me tell you, so what happened, so let me double down on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
After they graduate, they don't put no fucking sign on them. Right. I was in special ed.
No, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
They just let their ass out in fucking society, like, here y'all go.
Yeah.
Right? Here you go.
You sitting there talking to one of them like,
yeah,
how you doing?
Yeah, they rolled.
She done motherfucking cut your whole arm off.
Well, they rode the goddamn short bus, right? They rode the short bus and stayed in one class all day. And didn't nobody see them. And then when they got out of high school, listen, they let them out in society. They ate lunch before everybody. You're right. Right?
Yeah.
They ate lunch before everybody. And they stayed in one class, and they don't know when they graduate, right? If they're able to graduate, well, they just pass them on. They ain't taking no test to graduate. They let them out in society, and with no fucking warning.
So,
Wow.
do you know where that came from?
No, I don't.
So there was a TikTok that was going around not too far, and you know who also played this TikTok? Joe Budden. Joe Budden played that TikTok on his page where it talked about this.
How long ago?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he plays the skit, and then they have this joke on. This was like this week on Gilbert's show. Like I said, Gilbert,
podcasters are stealing sauce from each other.
Gilbert, you are stealing Joe's sauce, and you need to come to the front and admit it.
You need to come up with your own shit, sir.
That's crazy. And like I said, the TikTok did the same thing. They talked about special needs kids and how we just let them out in society and nobody can check on them and all this other shit. But Gilbert,
specifically, which is crazy, we don't need to label special needs kids. They're not fucking child predators. Like, let them out into society. What does that mean? They're just living their fucking life.
well, what sparked this conversation was the woman who left on vacation and left her like, what was like an 8-month or 10-month-year-old baby in a box for like 10 days. And then the baby died in the box.
She was special needs?
They were just saying like, because nobody knows after they leave high school, we can't identify the different people.
So we have no idea if this lady was special needs or not?
Yeah, that's just what sparked the conversation.
So just special needs people just caught her straight because this
Yes.
dumb bitch left her baby in a box to die?
I'm just telling you what sparked the
Even if
conversation.
you're special needs, you know that you don't leave a baby in a box to die for 10 days.
Well, it depends,
like,
on,
regardless.
depends on how special needs you are.
It depends. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. But come on now.
I'm just saying, I see the sauce. I see what you're doing. I know that Brandon Jennings used to work with Maul, so that's your Maul. I see that Rashad McCants is your Rory. Then he also has like Ish. That's Kenyon Martin is your Ish. Lexi Brown is your male Ford. Like, I see what you're doing. It's very obvious. I've peeped game.
I don't know none of these people, but
It is a peep game. I know what you're doing. Then you bring in Cheryl. Like I said, Gilbert, I'm watching you. I'm on your ass. Okay? Pause if I need that. But especially with you, Gilbert. And I need that probably was necessary for a pause.
apparently.
But I see you stealing. I see what you're doing. But I respect it because y'all are in similar lanes, but are in two different niches. So I respect. Salute. Let's see.